Welcome to Turbo. Tonight's main event sees the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle go one-on-one with a Balor Club's Tama Tonga, plus a three-way X Division match to determine who will go to Ultimate X at True Grit. And our opening contest, it is the man who seeks vengeance against his brother, Broken Matt Hardy, going one-on-one with this man, the Ministry's own Christian. And Christian, along with his stablemates in the Ministry of Darkness, have taken things to a whole new extreme as of late, particularly when it comes to Bayley. And we're going to show you some footage right now. It's not the best footage to show, I apologise in advance, but this is what happened. Undertaker has been talking about his brother Kane for weeks and holding him captive, and then he offered Bayley a spot in the Ministry. She turned it down, and then, well, we thought Murphy was her friend, and instead leaving her laying. And that led to Chris Jericho making the save and also making a challenge for a Buried Alive match against The Undertaker at True Grit. So at True Grit, it will be Taker and Jericho in a Buried Alive match. And speaking of True Grit, this man is competing in a match at that pay-per-view with some very high stakes indeed. Mr. Broken Matt Hardy himself has been at war with his own brother Jeff recently, and this all stems from the Insane Deletion. Jeff Hardy attacking Matt Hardy, saying that Matt's been holding him back for too long, and Jeff Hardy has been talking about this higher power, but Matt Hardy, in an effort to try and snap his brother out of it, even went as far as to throwing Jeff Hardy in the river outside the arena a couple weeks ago. And then this past week, Jeff Hardy set the challenge. He said, "I will face you, Matt, at True Grit. If Jeff Hardy wins, Matt Hardy's contract becomes property of Jeff. But if Matt wins, Jeff will denounce this higher power he's been talking about." So is this going to be the last match where Matt Hardy is a free man? And now going after Christian, and there's no love lost here, especially when it comes to Bayley in for the cover and a kick out from Christian. Matt Hardy, of course, a good friend of Bayley's, and Christian has had some less than nice things, to put it bluntly, to say about Bayley. He did not want her in the Ministry in the first place, and Matt Hardy now, you can see him getting dropped with a neck breaker, and Christian in for the cover, but a kick out from Matt Hardy. Now back on their feet. Matt Hardy whipped off the ropes and a heel kick from Christian. And you know what? Christian has something to prove in this one too. Let's not forget, he was called a loser to his face by Chris Jericho. And that led to Christian being, well, manipulated to join the Ministry. And now he's getting pinned. But a kick out from Christian. All of these lost souls, these men who, they've lost something in their lives, and they've been exploited to join the Ministry. And now Matt Hardy wants to go in for the kill. Twist of fate, Northern Light suplex from Christian, and a beautiful bridge, but a kick out. And now Christian back to his feet, looking for the kill switch to end it. No, backslide, another 2 count, and now back on his feet, and a twist of fate to Christian. And Matt Hardy picks up the win. A wonderful victory for Broken Matt Hardy. And you know what? You know he's broken up inside. After all this trouble with his brother, he just wants his brother back again. However, Jeff Hardy seems to have become even more evil as we take a look at the replay of this contest. You want to talk about evil? There was an intensity in Matt's eyes tonight. He went for the kill switch to Christian, but he got rolled up, and a twist of fate getting hit on Christian for the win for Matt Hardy. I know The Undertaker won't be happy with Christian's performance there.
Brother Nero, you've been consumed by greed, by an evil force. This isn't you. I don't know what has happened, but this attitude must be deleted. I will keep fighting until you understand. And as for your challenge for a match at True Grit, I accept.
Oh my.
I know the stakes are high. If I lose, I must hand over control of my contract to you. But if I win, Brother Nero, you must announce the higher power that you have been proclaiming, and I can have my brother back, and it shall be wonderful.
Well, Matt Hardy accepts the challenge emphatically. If he loses to Jeff Hardy at True Grit, his contract becomes property of Jeff Hardy's. You gotta feel for Matt Hardy, man. His family is torn apart. He just wants his brother back, and I don't blame him. Jeff Hardy has become evil as of late, as Mr. Money in the Bank, which, let's not forget, he can cash in at any time. And while we're on the subject of the NLW title, let's talk about the Triple Cage. It's gonna be Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, and Kevin Owens for the championship in that 3-tiered cage at True Grit. And last night on the main channel, you saw the interviews with each of them. It's a great video going over the Triple Cage. Check it out. Gives some real insight into how dangerous this match could be. And this week on NLW, they're actually going to be teaming in a 6-man tag. Quite an interesting dilemma that NLW Commissioner Shawn Michaels has thrown at these guys. And speaking of Shawn Michaels, let's talk about his issues recently with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin is not being a model employee, to say the least. Stunning Shawn Michaels not once, but twice this past week on NLW. HBK booked a main event. It was supposed to be Stone Cold teaming with the Bullet Club to take on the Undisputed Era. If Austin's team won, then the UE would be banned from ringside for the street fight between Cole and Austin at True Grit. But Shawn Michaels seemingly bribed the newly formed LIJ to attack AJ Styles before the match. AJ was then escorted out of there by the Good Brothers, leaving it to be a handicap match. However, Austin's team did manage to pick up the victory, meaning the Undisputed Era is banned from ringside at True Grit. And you know what? Speaking of, what is the relationship between AJ Styles and the Good Brothers? Let's take you now to some comments from the Good Brothers right now.
Look, it's no secret, AJ is our boy. We had a couple of issues in the past, but when we got drafted to NLW Live, we wanted to start with a clean slate, and that's what we tried to do with the Young Bucks. But honestly, I forgot how annoying the Bucks were. You know, since they got those tag team championships, that's a bit of a conflict of interest right there, so I kind of had to let them know that those titles were kind of more important than our friendship or lack thereof. And AJ, on the other hand, he's a good guy, and we respect the hell out of him. And we managed to patch things up. I don't know why the Young Bucks have to feel like they try and drive a wedge between us. Maybe they're just jealous of our friendship. You know, us and AJ were broskies. And just because the Bucks are too invested in themselves, they weren't out there to congratulate AJ Styles. We did. And seeing what the Death Triangle did to the Young Bucks last week means they're not going to be meddling for a very long time. And on a final note, I'd like to congratulate AJ Styles on qualifying for the Atlas title match at True Grit. And AJ, if you're watching, we're here if you need us. Because after all, we're all just good brothers.
Well, the Good Brothers with some interesting insight there. Saying that they're AJ's friend, I'll believe it when I see it. Well now folks, this match is a triple threat to decide who will go on to True Grit to compete in Ultimate X for the X Division Championship, and Xavier Woods is...
Listen, Xavier, I thought about what you did last week when you took me out of the title match, and I respect your decision. It's just unfortunate that Big E lost. And you know what? I don't think you're the best choice for this match, which is why I'm going to be taking your place. And if you've got a problem with that, take it up with my security for the night.
Security? What's he on? Oh my god. Well, Kofi Kingston cashing in that favour he paid for 2 weeks ago. The Acolyte Protection Agency making sure that the New Day don't screw over Kofi Kingston this week. Well, Kofi has been trying to make it as a single star. The New Day, Xavier and Big E that is, have been trying their best to stunt his momentum. Well, tonight the APA are here to make sure that doesn't happen. And now it's going to be Kofi Kingston getting this opportunity to go to Ultimate X, but Grand Metalik wants it to be him. The King of the Ropes would be fantastic in a match like that, and Brian Kendrick, the veteran experience, coming into play there. Handspring, and whoa, boots him in midair. And now Kofi Kingston with a crossbody onto Kendrick. Brian Kendrick and Kofi, they go back to the OG days of NLW, competing for the Tag Team Championships with their respective partners. And well, New Day member Kofi Kingston, he wants to go it alone, and this past week Oh, wait a minute, look out for Metalik! King of the Ropes with a Hurricane Rana. Kofi this past week, he was supposed to have a title opportunity, and that was taken away from him. And Metalik wants to seize the opportunity with that tope con hilo over the top. Wild move from the King of the Ropes. And Kofi on the top rope now with the trust fall. Wiping out both Kendrick and Metalik. Big night. High stakes in this one. The APA making sure it's a fair fight on the outside. They get paid by the hour, folks, and there's a DDT. And now Kofi Kingston. Boom drop to Metalik. And now he's sensing trouble in paradise. Wait a minute. And Brian Kendrick with a sliced bread. Sliced bread from Kendrick. Oh no. Burning hammer maybe. No. Code red. And a kick out from Kendrick. Right into the captain's hook. Is Brian Kendrick going to Ultimate X at True Grit? Captain's hook, and look out for Kofi. Kofi with the splash. Trouble in paradise though. Blocks it. And Metalik floats over. German, no. Poison Spike Rana. Metalik down. And Kendrick back up in the corner. Missing the splash. And now Kendrick going to throw him across the ring. But kips up. And a trouble in paradise. Hooks both legs. And Kofi Kingston is going to Ultimate X. Well, he may have been screwed out of his opportunity at the Atlas title this past week by Xavier Woods. But tonight, Xavier's going to get a taste of his own medicine. His opportunity goes to Kofi Kingston, and he makes the most of it in this high-flying contest. Well, some interesting manoeuvres here. They were all risking it, and that's what it means to get a title opportunity. That was incredible. And so is this, breaking up the captain's hook. And then Metalik, so fluid to watch, as is Kofi. And then you see Kendrick getting whacked in the face with that trouble in paradise, and it was lights out for Brian Kendrick. And now Kofi Kingston will join Pac, Hiromu Takahashi, Mustafa Ali and Ricochet at True Grit in Ultimate X, but look out! It's FTR! FTR who challenged the APA to a match this past week. They're brawling with them. Well, next week it's going to be the APA versus FTR on NLW, and I cannot wait.
The whole world will take notice of the Bastard and the Lucha Brothers. Before my professional career was falling apart, until I bumped into these two vicious killers. We both have the same aspirations, total and complete anarchy. The Young Bucks, they got too comfortable, and that's why we laid them out and shattered Matt Jackson's ankle with that chair. And if they come back, Phoenix and Penta are gonna take those tag team titles. And at True Grit, I will win Ultimate X and once again become the new X Division champion. Ollie, you got lucky once against me. I won't let that happen again. And if the current champion Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, or any one of those Los Ingobernables cowards wants to pick a fight when it's not 4-on-1, then the Death Triangle will be here to scrap with ya. I also heard there's an open spot for a team to compete in the main event of NLW next week. Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, and Kevin Owens step up to us and prepare to crumble, because we have Cero Miedo.
Well, did you hear that? It looks as if it's going to be the Death Triangle versus the three men who are going to compete in the Triple Cage at True Grit, Bryan, Omega and Owens. What a main event that's going to be. And what a main event we've got coming up this Saturday on Metal. It's going to be for the Metalweight Championship. Samoa Joe defends against Jon Moxley and Edge in a triple threat match. Now, it was supposed to be just Moxley and Joe. However, Edge and Moxley have some sort of a working relationship where they help each other out, so Edge convinced them to make it a triple threat. This past week, though, that working relationship was tested inside the Steel Asylum to crown a new hardcore champion. Jon Moxley, Sami Callihan, newest member of the Metal roster, they were fighting on top of the Steel Asylum when Edge tried to throw a chair. Sami caught it and used it on Mox, costing Mox the match, so Sami Callihan is the brand new hardcore champion. What will happen this week on Metal when the Metalweight title is on the line? We're also going to see Sami Callihan defend that hardcore championship against Dustin Rhodes, and also we're going to see the EVP of NLW, Triple H, confront the commissioner about Metal's future. There's rumours it's going to be cancelled. There's rumours of budget cuts and releases coming, so we will see what happens this Saturday on Metal. And it's a thunderous ovation for the man who won a gold medal with a broken neck. But even that trauma doesn't compare to what he felt at the hands of the Fiend. Kurt Angle goes into this match tonight with a lot on his mind, and we're going to show you what we're talking about here. It was that ungovernable Kurt Angle lost to Jon Moxley, and then after the match he was targeted by the Fiend, and the Fiend said in the Firefly Funhouse, Bray was pleading with Kurt Angle, essentially saying, I know what you're like, Kurt. You are not what you used to be. And the Fiend, he says he wants to help Kurt Angle, but we will see what happens with that situation. All I know right now is Kurt Angle is in for a fight on his hands against half of the GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny, and Balor Club member Tama Tonga. And Tama Tonga competing in his first match in a while here. Most recently he's been preoccupied with helping Finn Balor, who we've not actually seen since Ungovernable, our last pay-per-view. Finn Balor on hiatus from Metal. However, Balor will be on Metal this Saturday to talk about where he's been and what he's going to do with the rest of his career. And look at this, fake out and a drop kick sends Kurt Angle off the ropes, and he's very athletic for his size. And now Tanga Loa on the outside while the ref is distracted, driving Angle into the ring post, and again working over that spine with the neck breaker. And a splash in the corner, but Kurt Angle out discounted, and a belly to belly. And now a couple of stomps, and you know what? I think we're seeing a more vicious Kurt Angle here tonight after what the Fiend has said to him. You know that Bray Wyatt's going to be on the mind of Kurt Angle. He talked to him this past week, and now again drops him with that DDT, spiking Kurt Angle. And is Bray Wyatt right? Has Kurt Angle changed for the worse? Oh, but floats over, and a German suplex. And a second German suplex. Doesn't look worse to me, and but turns it around, and the Tongan twist. Hooks the outside leg, but a kick out from Angle. I thought it was over, but Kurt Angle somehow managed to kick out. And now picks him up. And a TKO from Tama Tonga. And Tama, where's he going? He's going to the top rope. What's he planning here? Oh my goodness! Tornado misses! And a vicious lariat. And now the ankle lock. Ankle lock applied. Is Tama Tonga going to tap? But Tama boots his way free. And a vicious uppercut from Kurt Angle, and a huge lariat from Tama Tonga. That Japanese influence from the dojo coming into play. And the gun stun, no! Kurt Angle picks him up again. German though lands on his feet. And now misses the line and gets an Angle slam. And Kurt Angle picks up the win in our main event. Kurt Angle, great counter. And he picks up his first victory in a while. Well, he was on somewhat of a losing streak, but he's managed to claw back a victory. We're seeing shades of the Kurt Angle of old here as we take a look at this intense matchup. Tama Tonga was intense in his own right, but that was a mistake there, going for the tornado. He landed on his feet, missed the lariat, and got hit with an angle slam, and with that, Kurt Angle picks up the win. And is that a message being sent to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, saying that I still can go, and if you step up to me, I'm not going to be an easy target? Well, Tama Tonga loses it. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that's the music of the Firefly Funhouse. Oh my God, is he here? Well, the Fiend continuing to play mind games with the Olympic gold medalist.